Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you felt called to watch this video or this showed up in your suggestions, I feel like this is a very specific message on a very specific topic and it is meant to reach you. So welcome. There's a lot to get into here with this message, but I hope that it finds you well and I hope that it is helpful in some way. So when I was shuffling the cards, I felt that there was a message that was coming through from ancestors and guides. And these 4 cards were the ones that came out specifically, and I knew right away what this message was about. And so there's a lot to unpack here, a lot to get into, and I'm excited to do this reading because it's kind of near and dear to my heart. And so the first card that came out was Lord Ganesh, and this card says infinite abundance, obstacles are being removed, spiritual support and connection are increasing. The second card that came out is White Eagle, ancestor spirit, connect to your lineage, a family wound or pattern can be healed now. The fourth card that came out, and they came out in this order, so I think that's important to mention. Metatron, heaven to earth. Your current situation is in alignment with your mission on earth. And then the last card that came out is Amethyst. Metamorphosis, you are in a vortex of deep transformation. Surrender to the process that's unfolding. So first of all, what I'm getting for anybody who is watching this video is that your ancestors want you to know that you are aligned to infinite abundance. There is a story here of a large group of people who are meant to transmute energy on this planet and to shift the way that people think and view money. Money is often associated to greed or really just to kind of negative ideals, right? But money isn't negative. It's what we do with the money that's negative. So if people with good intentions who have large sums of money can do good things on this planet. So that is a major message coming through here. Not only is it a part of your life's journey to have large sums of money and do good with this money, but to also live a very comfortable and joyous life. And I think that is also what you guys are transmuting, is a shift from really deep, profound healing into a whole new beginning, a whole new life that is joyous and fun, and a life that you love, and a life that, like, people are not gonna recognize you. They're gonna be like, wait a second, it's like a complete 180 that's happening here. But this is in your destiny. And so, like I said, there's a lot to unpack here, so forgive me if I'm all over the place, but there's a lot of information that I want to get into with this reading. So we'll start by saying this. By we, I mean me. Or, yeah, maybe we, because I feel like these energies are trying to connect with whoever is watching this video. They want you to know this. They want you to connect to this energy so that you can live your best, most abundant life and transmute the energy on this planet into something special, into something good. Okay, so if you felt drawn to watch this video, a way to tell if this message is meant for you is maybe there's been a lot of signs and synchronicities relating to ancestors, your passed on ancestors, or you feel a deep draw to your lineage as of late. There's that. You could connect with the Hindu god Ganesh. You could be seeing him a lot or feel his energy, or just be interested in him. Archangel Metatron could be someone that you connect with as well. Maybe the topic of him has been coming up a lot. The violet flame. If you've been hearing this term, or if you're aware of this term, that could be significant. Rainbows, unicorns, purple, and some of the other energies that are connected to the violet flame and Archangel Metatron. So we'll start with Archangel Metatron. Archangel Metatron to me is the keeper of knowledge. He's associated to Mercury, Hermes, Archangel Michael, and Sandalphon. Yes. So these are other energies that you could be connected to, that you could be noticing are coming up a lot for you. So the violet flame is also connected to Pisces, or actually, so the color violet is associated to the zodiac sign of Pisces. So you could be a Pisces, or you could have a very stacked 12th house in astrology. If you're familiar with your birth chart, you could be Pisces dominant, which would mean a stacked 12th house, or just a lot of planets in the sign of Pisces as well. Also, you could be Virgo dominant. Metatron is associated to Mercury, which is ruled by, the ruling sign of Mercury is Virgo, and there could be Gemini as well. So if, and this doesn't have to be, you don't have to connect with any of this necessarily in order for this message to apply to you, but these could be kind of confirming that this message is for you. If you feel like maybe, you know, because let's be real, sometimes we see these messages and they feel kind of woo-woo, right? Like, this, like, is this really a thing? Is this really happening? Are these signs and synchronicities, are they legit? Okay. So that could just be a little bit of confirmation for you guys. Also, Archangel Michael and Archangel Zadkiel, and Saint Germain. So again, a lot to unpack, and these energies all kind of intertwine, okay? And that's a lot to get into right now, so we won't do that. But so a funny story about the violet flame. About, I don't know, 7.5, 8 years ago, I was laying down for a nap, and as I was dozing off, I heard somebody as plain as day say burnt violet. And it was such an odd thing to hear, because I've never heard that term in my life, and it just sounded so weird. It compelled me to get up from my nap, and I was just on the verge of like falling asleep in that like liminal space, right? I got up and I wrote it down, and I have like this little like a container, but it's like a decorative container, and it has like writing on it, and it has like a little chalkboard on it, and I literally wrote burnt violet with a chalkboard marker on that, and it's been there ever since. Now fast forward just a little bit. I'm in my spiritual journey, my spiritual awakening. I'm studying astrology, I'm getting into tarot, and things are coming in bits and pieces, right? Burnt violet always stuck with me, and that is why my channel is named Burnt Violet. But in that moment, and for years to follow, I did not understand really what that meant. It took a long time to access that information. And so a couple years ago, I did learn about the violet flame, and I was like, okay, this makes sense. Like, this makes a lot of sense. But recently, I typed in violet flame looking for my website, but I didn't follow that with burnt violet astrology. And so the thing that came up in Google when I searched burnt violet, thinking I was looking at my website, this is the explanation that it came up with. Burnt violet is not a standard term in astrology, but it could refer to the intense burnt or deep shade of violet, which is associated with the violet flame, a spiritual concept for transmutation and healing. Violet is often linked to the spiritual wisdom and the third eye, with colors like amethyst or soft lilac representing the spiritual gifts of those born in February, according to one source. So, and I don't necessarily think you have to be born in February to have this, to tap into this violet flame energy, right? But this could be confirmation. Like I said, you could be a Pisces or born in February. And you could be Pisces dominant in your chart, but again, you don't have to be. So the violet flame is a concept from some spiritual traditions and a practice where individuals chant in mantras to transmute negative karma and accelerate healing. So for anybody watching this, I wholeheartedly believe that you are the people who transmute pain into purpose and into joy. I think that is your calling, your purpose in this life. So I also want to touch on a little bit of astrology. So for those of you who have felt very stuck, like there is first of all, I just want to say this. For those of you who feel like life is way too hard, like being human is way too hard, this is confirmation that this is definitely your reading, okay? And I say this because I feel like a lot of us lived past lives where we obtain this knowledge about the violet flame and about transmutation and about living in abundance and joy, and things were very simple. Things were very simple and things were very easy. So living on this planet, in this reality right now, it can feel very difficult. I'll give you a very preposterous example. Putting on pants infuriates me. I know that sounds insane, but it's like I feel like it's almost like I can feel like in a past life I had like a body that was made of energy. Like it took a different form and just things were so much easier. And you know, brushing my hair irritates me. I could go on and on. But that's just kind of an example of what I feel like I'm tapping into for the messages, whoever is meant to see this. Which again could be more confirmation. But so Metatron, well, the violet flame is what is called a ray, and it's associated to a planet. And so the violet flame is associated to the seventh ray, which is associated to the planet Uranus. And what I find very interesting is Uranus just moved in July. Uranus moved into the sign of Gemini from Taurus. Now, Taurus is a fixed energy. It's good for getting things done, but it's also a very stubborn energy. So, not a lot of forward movement, so to speak. So, there is growth and stuff happening, but it's at a slower pace, right? So I feel like, and for me, my Uranus was in my 8th house. So there was a lot of deep spiritual, esoteric healing happening on a very deep energetic level. And it just moved into my 9th house of spirituality. And that is when I didn't realize this until I did this reading. I looked at my chart and I knew that Uranus was in my 7th or my 9th house. But when I started to prep for this reading, it didn't occur to me until then that I have had the nudge to do more videos. I started my channel a long time ago, and it felt like there was no progress happening. No matter how hard I tried to make material or find the time, it just wasn't happening. And I think that's because it's one of those situations where it's divine timing, as much as we hate to hear that. There were things I had to learn and truths I had to know about myself in order to move forward. So with that being said, with Uranus moving into the sign of Gemini, I feel like so this could be confirmation as well. You could feel a sense of ease. So you could be coming from this energy of feeling like no matter what you were doing, no matter how hard you were trying to make something happen, it's just not happening. And I feel like we're coming out of that. So Uranus will briefly retrograde back into Taurus from November to April. So with that information, I feel called to say don't get frustrated, because there might be this feeling of feeling stuck again. But there's something within that time frame that you are meant to be still with and just sit with. So there's some kind of information that's going to come in that will then propel you into this next chapter of your life, into this next journey of your life. So yeah. So from then it will move back into Gemini in May. and it'll be there until 2033. So this is a big energetic leap into connecting for me. And you might want to take a look at your chart if you can and see where Uranus is transiting in your house, and in what house it's transiting in your chart. For me, it's in my 9th house, so this is a lot of information coming in on a spiritual level. So things will be unlocking for me in that aspect. So it might be a good idea to look for yourself and see where that's happening, where that's all unfolding for you. So yeah, and in my chart as well, I have the South Node very tightly conjunct my Sun, and I am obsessed with past lives. And so this is why I feel like, and just so you know, my South Node is in the sign of Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus. And my Sun is in the sign of Pisces, in the 6th house, which is ruled by Virgo and Mercury. And opposite of that, I have my 12th house in the sign of Virgo. So I really feel very deeply that a lot of us are we are tapping into past lives and past memories of an easier way of existing, and we are meant to bring that here. It's supposed to be tangible here, and we're meant to show people how to be joyous, just being our authentic self, because Uranus is the planet of authenticity. It's the planet of innovation. It's the planet of rebelling and saying, I don't have to do it this way. I can do it my way, and I can still be victorious. I can make a big impact here. I also associate Aquarius with the ethers, with the cosmos, with the all. So this is another confirmation for me that a lot of whoever is watching, a lot of the souls watching this, are connected to a much bigger network of knowledge. So Uranus is also about sudden change. So again, I feel like there isn't going to be this resistance, this fixed energy. It's more mutable. And mutable energy is about flexibility and adaptability. And so I really think there's going to be an easier transition happening, a new beginning, a new transition here that is major. So I strongly feel like our ancestors are pushing us toward this infinite abundance. I feel like a lot of you guys have done a lot of deep emotional healing, a lot of work on yourselves, your character, your soul. I feel like you are calling in better experiences, better situations, better finances, a life that you really feel happy to wake up to every single day. But I feel like a lot of you are also being patient. For a lot of us, I feel like that we can feel this in our core being, like it's meant to be ours. And I strongly feel like the ancestors are telling us that it's going to be. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. For whoever is watching this, you are healing generational trauma. You've decided to move past the pain, the toxicity, the hurt, and you are transmuting your energy, and you are healing not only yourself on a profound level, you are healing everyone around you, and you are healing the collective. And with the Lord Ganesh card, obstacles are being removed, and I truly feel like this is the case with Uranus moving into the sign of Gemini for a very long time, coming next May. So spiritual support and connections are increasing. Again, I feel like, again, this is only in my chart, but I do feel like this on a collective level, that there will be an easier connection to spirit. Like, there won't be any doubt. So there could be something major that even happens for the collective as a whole, like some kind of information that we are going to get. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. But I do feel like it's major. Maybe that's something I'll have to look into later. But so yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at so these are so I should have said this at the beginning, but these are the decks that I'm using. So we have the 22 Archangels Oracle. We have the Keepers of the Light Oracle. And these cards are from both of those decks, but I also have I have cards from those decks as well I want to look at that didn't come out in the initial reading, but I feel are tied to these energies and might be confirmation that this is the energy you guys are working with. But I'll also be using the Citadel Oracle, the Enchanted Spell Oracle, Medieval Hedge Witch Magic, and the Secret Language of Light Oracle. Alright, so these are also some of the energies that are associated to Metatron and to the Amethyst card. So again, you might be seeing a lot of symbolism in rainbows. You might be getting a lot of like downloads about Metatron, so you might be hearing about Metatron a lot. So directly connected to the Violet Flame, the spirit guide, the primary spirit guide to the Violet Flame is Saint Germain. And this card says, move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. And I feel like this, whoever is watching this, is exactly what you are working on and have been working toward for a very long time now. And it's going to pay off. Saint Germain is so there are two kind of stories about Saint Germain. So, there is the Count of Saint Germain, and he was a mysterious 18th century European nobleman, and he's often associated to immortality. Real interesting if you want to look into that. And there's actually a podcast episode that I recommend if you're into podcasts. There's a podcast I listen to called Belief Hole, and they do an episode on Saint Germain, and it's season 2, episode 14. But but real interesting. And then there's also Saint Germanus of Paris, and he was a bishop, and he was known for his generosity and work among the poor. So I really feel like Saint Germain's energy is something that a lot of you guys embody. Very mysterious, very fun, very witty. So yeah, but also very kind, a very nice energy to be around, very accepting energy. So yeah, that might be a guide that you want to start working with, is Saint Germain. But also, we have Archangel Zadkiel also works with the karmic flame, and this card says karmic release. It's time to release what's holding you back and step into a more radiant self. And I feel like this is something you guys have definitely been doing. But it's like we're at the tail end of it and we're still hanging on. There's still like these thought patterns that we have to like fully move away from. But we're there. We're there. We're on the precipice. So Archangel Michael is also associated with this energy. I associate him with Metatron. And both of these decks have an Archangel card, or an Archangel Michael card. And so this one says spiritual acceleration. You are experiencing spiritual upgrades. Move forward. And I really feel like this is what's happening with the shift of Uranus into the sign of Gemini. It's a merging of logic and spirituality. And then this one says trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. So yes, I feel like a miracle is coming through, guys. And I feel like it has to do with financial stability. So whether you guys realize this or not, you are tapping into the violet flame and you are transmuting your pain into something more glorious, something more beautiful. And that is no easy feat. We have Sandalphon. Your role is to create a connection between heaven, earth, and all hearts. Yes. I really think you guys are meant to bring heaven to earth. You're meant to show people that money isn't evil. You can do good things with large sums of money. You can create the life you want by being your authentic self and following your heart. You can show grace and mercy to people and not hold grudges for past hurts. Because the energies, excuse me, the energies that are associated to the violet flame are, I don't know why, guys, like, it's hard to talk right now. It's hard to breathe. I keep needing to clear my throat. So I really feel like, and I've kind of felt this for a while, like there's something trying to block me from getting this out. And I don't know if I'm being, again, there's that distrust in my own intuition. And I think this is something that a lot of us need to move beyond too. But I think for a lot of us here, we are not caught up in that fear state that a lot of people are caught up in. So again, there's like this merge between logical thinking but also spirituality, which I think is very important, because the extremes right now are vast. They are concerning, if I'm being quite honest. So, simplicity, that's what I'm hearing. There's this need to get back to the simplicity. Just simplicity of joy, like just following your heart and leading with love and joy. So, building bridge. Yeah, so this is your role, to just bring a lightness and a very fun, and like, think unicorns. How do unicorns make you feel? Like, there's a sense of like magic, right? Magic can happen. We can transmute this very heavy, very karmic, very negative energy into something beautiful. And that is your role. This is your role. And then we have Mercury, which I associate to Archangel Metatron. And I also associate Archangel Metatron to the Akashic Records and to Hermes. So just messengers of knowledge. But there's also like a really good sense of humor. I associate a really good sense of humor with these energies as well. So you might be somebody who has a good sense of humor, maybe a little bit on the dark side, but so yeah, Uranus takes about 84 years to complete a cycle through a whole birth chart. So it takes about 7 to 8 years to complete in a house, depending on the house size of in your chart. So if it's felt like for the past 7 to 8 years, it just feels like you're trying so hard to like shift and it's not happening, that's about to change. So yeah, you guys are meant to disrupt the status quo. You are bringing in originality and authenticity and a rebellion like nobody has seen before. You are showing people that the ways that we are used to doing things, those are not necessarily the best ways or the ways for everybody, that you don't have to work your finger to the bone to make a decent living or live a good life. You can follow your heart and your authenticity and see results. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to use some oracle cards to see what are these energies, these guides, these spirit guides trying to make you aware of, or maybe confirmation that we can get. Oh yeah, I'm also going to be using the tea leaf oracle. But before I get into that, actually, I forgot I wanted to. So in tarot, Uranus is associated with the Fool card. So this is definitely a new beginning, a new journey that's going to happen here. And on this card, I like how he just seems like so carefree and so happy. It's almost, it gives me kind of like inner child vibes, right? So a lot of you could have healed or could be currently healing your inner child, doing the things that you love, even though it might seem silly to a lot of people, right? And we have the Star card, which is ruled by Aquarius, which is Uranus's sign. So this is wish fulfillment. This is wish fulfillment in a new beginning, a new fresh beginning that is going to be like your dream life. Your dream life. I really truly believe this. Funnily enough, too, when I was prepping all of this and getting stuff done, I have this bag and it has like my runes and like dye and stuff in them, dice. And this fell out on the number 7. So I really feel like that was kind of just confirmation. Because Uranus is the 7th, it's the 7th ray, and that is associated to the violet flame, and it's also, funnily enough, it's also the Uranus is the 7th planet from the sun. So I kind of feel drawn to read the meaning of the number 7 in the Angel Numbers book. So I'll read number 7, and I also think I want to read, I don't know what's on my card, the number 17. Okay, so we'll start with 7. So it says, fear not. Do not let fear control you. Learning and growing come with new contexts and opportunities. You are feeling called to do new things without always knowing whom or what you can trust. Seeing this number reminds you to be spontaneous and courageous, but also smart and cautious. It's okay to have a backup plan. When you see this number, create a list of what you are scared of and what you can do to mitigate those fears. And I think this is important because right now there's a lot of fear at play. So I think getting back to what you feel inside of you is incredibly important, and just getting back to a place of love that will kind of mitigate that fear. And so we'll read number 17. And it says, aspire, think bigger. Your angels encourage you to speak your wants and dreams aloud to the universe. Get creative with what you want and see it happening in great detail. Visualize an experience in which you receive something you always wanted. Feel thankful for it as if it has already happened. And I truly think a lot of you are manifestors. You've learned. You are slowly manifesting the life that you want, and slowly but surely things are being implemented, and I think you are very aware of this. But I also think this just kind of takes it back to the beginning of the reading where your guides wanted you to know that it's yours. They want you to know that whatever you desire, whatever you need in order to have the life you want, it's yours. You have to ask for it. You have to act like it's already yours. So I don't know how to put this into words. There's like a sense of needing more stability here that will then help you to tap into the violet flame more. And that stability is going to then heal the collective. I hope that makes sense. I really don't know how else to like put this. I guess what I'm trying to say here is they want you to know that the things that you need in life are coming. And I think with that is going to come you're going to do really good things with it. Okay? You're going to bring a sense of compassion and mercy and forgiveness. And these are the things that are associated with the energy of the violet flame is mercy, forgiveness, freedom, opportunity, alchemy. So I feel like a lot of you are understanding alchemy, and transmutation and diplomacy. So you guys are going to bring a lot of balance to the collective. So I'm going to go ahead and get some oracle cards to kind of see what's coming in for you, what this is bringing in, or any confirmation. So Spirit, what okay, that's kind of a lot, but you know, let's trust it. Let's do this. Okay, so we have contemplation here. There's a time to actually be able to rest, to take it easy, to go slower. And in doing this, you guys are going to get more downloads, more information that is going to help you on this journey, whatever that looks like for you, whatever you do with that information. So yeah, more wisdom coming in. We have September 30th and October 27th here. So that's Libra and Scorpio. So you could be a Libra or a Scorpio, but also yeah, I really feel like there's information that's going to be coming in for a lot of us, for a big chunk of us. I wish I knew what this was. I can feel it. I don't know what it is though. But this information could be coming through during this time as well. So September, October of next year, maybe. Protection. Yeah, there's protection for sure. This is a group of people that are definitely divinely protected, I feel like. And we have bay, birch, hazel, lily, lavender, and valerian here. So that might be specific for some of you guys. We have happiness. Yes, definitely. Like this is like you're waking up and your day is your day. It's doing what you want to do. It's passion projects. It's making good money off of your passion projects. You are happy. You are doing what you love and what you want to do. And that's another thing about Aquarian and Uranian energy is that they really march to the beat of their own drum. We have beauty. I looked up this word before, but I don't recall what it means. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. Let's see. Does it mean moon? I think it might mean moon. Some of you could be using the moon cycles to manifest what you want. This symbol might be significant for you. So I know for me, I make art and I would draw this symbol all the time. So yeah, there's a beautiful happiness coming in here and wishes again. So we have, with the star card here, there's a wish fulfillment that is going to happen a major wish fulfillment that's going to take place here. So let's see. Okay, we have that. Let's see. We have the Acolyte, new projects and learning. Definitely. Definitely. New learning, new knowledge, something major. I'm feeling it. Something major. And I wish I knew what it was. The Cartographer, crossroads and exploration. I definitely feel like we are at a crossroad leading into a major, major, major shift. The Diviner, divine timing and evolution. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like there's like this irritation, this frustration with feeling like it's almost you, like it's on, you got it, but not quite. And I feel like this is divine timing for some reason. Like there's more information, more knowledge that needs to come in first. And then we have the Archer, biding your time, planning ahead. So yeah, I feel like there are big plans in the works here. There's like manifestations that have been put out into the universe, and it's going to unfold. It's gonna unfold in divine timing. Soul Tree, number 21. So I'll go ahead and read that. Let's see. Okay. Soul Tree. Trees are filled with wisdom. You are becoming more connected to nature. Trees are great holders of wisdom and knowledge. Next time you are near a tree, try asking it what it would like you to know and listen with an open heart for an inspired response. The same life force that animates you also flows through trees. We are all in this together. Now imagine that trees are physical manifestations of angels. Their divine essence flows deep into trees, as angels are far-reaching in their ability to help, care, and create. Trees, like angels, see and feel without judgment, always emitting an eternal stream of love. Allow angelic tree energy to flow through you, sending roots deep into the ground, forming a solid foundation that enables you to reach higher and deeper into the light and soul of you. From this vantage point, you can sculpt your ideas and dreams to be planted upon the earth for you to enjoy through your physical senses. So yeah, I'm telling you, there are ideas and dreams that are being planted, that are being manifested majorly, but also trees could be very significant for you guys. You guys could have had a past life as a tree, could be very connected to trees, could be earth angels. And I'll go ahead and finish it off with some of these tea. So this energy, these spirit guides, what do you want us to know? What's coming? What confirmation do you have, or what's coming for us? So we have Pineapple, reconciliation. Caterpillar, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Oh my god, I love that so much. Haystack, karma, you will reap what you have sown. Yes, I feel like lots of karma has been healed with this group. Like you have really shifted your thinking. You have taken accountability for your part in a lot of things, which is not something a lot of people do. We have Wishbone. A wish is granted. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. A wish. Wishes. Star. We have the star card, which is literally the wish card. We have wishes and a wish is granted. I am telling you guys, I can feel this so deep in my bones. We have dog. Far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. So that's interesting. And you know what? Oh, you know what? This, okay. I really feel like this is like, this is your like lineage in a different star system. I really do. I think that they are with you. Yeah. We have desk. Pay attention to your work. So there's definitely some important work that you guys are doing. And I feel like there's a need for me to say, don't give up. Keep going. Even if you can only do a little bit at a time. And I just saw 555 on the clock. Throne. Position of authority. And we have flowers. Happiness! Oh my god! So confirmation. Where is it at? Here it is. Happiness. This is so great. I love this so much. Yeah, I feel like this is your time. Your time to shine. So that is the reading I have for you guys. I hope this resonated. If it did, maybe leave a rainbow emoji or a purple heart in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night. Bye.